Tiffany lived in a big, shiny house. It was the kind of house that made people stop and stare, with its grand entrance and perfectly trimmed hedges. Every corner of the house sparkled, reflecting the wealth and luxury that surrounded Tiffany every day. It was like a castle. With tall towers and grand windows, it looked like something out of a fairy tale. Tiffany often imagined herself as a princess living in this magnificent place. Her mum bought her anything she wanted, from the latest toys to the most fashionable clothes. Tiffany never had to wish for anything. Her mum always made sure she had the best of everything. Tammy's house was small and cozy. It had a warm, welcoming feel, with a garden full of flowers and a porch where Tammy loved to sit and read. It wasn't grand, but it was filled with love and laughter. Her mom was super clever and could fix anything. Whether it was a broken chair or a leaky faucet, Tammy's mum always knew what to do. She taught Tammy how to be resourceful and creative. One day, Tiffany got a giant dollhouse. It was the most elaborate toy she had ever seen, with tiny furniture, lights, and even a little elevator that went up and down. It had lights and a tiny elevator. Tammy wanted one too. She couldn't stop thinking about how amazing it would be to have a dollhouse like Tiffany's. Her mum smiled. "Don't worry, we'll make one." Tammy's mum always had a way of turning simple things into something special. They gathered boxes, paper, and paint and got to work. Tammy's dollhouse was made of boxes and colourful paper. It was a fun project, and Tammy loved every moment of creating it with her mum. They added little details and decorations, making it unique and special. It wasn't fancy, but Tammy loved it. She spent hours playing with her homemade dollhouse, imagining all sorts of adventures for her dolls. Tiffany thought it was strange. She couldn't understand why Tammy was so happy with something so simple and homemade. She didn't understand why Tammy didn't just ask her mum to buy one. But as she watched Tammy play, she began to see the joy and pride Tammy felt in something she had made with her own hands. One day, Tiffany's favorite toy broke. She cried and cried, feeling very sad. Her mom said, "Don't worry, darling, we'll buy a new one soon." That same day, Tammy's toy broke too, just like Tiffany's. It was her favorite teddy bear. Tammy was very sad. Her mum gave her a needle and thread to fix it. "Let's fix Mr. Snuggles together," she said. Tammy learned how to sew that day with her mum. She even gave Mr. Snuggles a cool new eye patch. Tiffany saw the bear and thought it looked very silly. She liked her toys new and perfect without any flaws. One sunny afternoon, the park was bustling with activity. The sun was shining brightly, casting a warm glow over the playground. Families were out enjoying the beautiful weather, and children were laughing and playing everywhere you looked. Tiffany and Tammy, two best friends, decided it was the perfect day to visit the park. They were excited to spend the afternoon together exploring and having fun. Tiffany had a brand new scooter with flashing lights. She had been looking forward to showing it off to Tammy. The scooter was sleek and shiny, and the lights made it look even more impressive. Tammy, on the other hand, had her old roller skates. They were a bit worn out, but she loved them. They had been with her through many adventures, and she wasn't ready to give them up just yet. One of the wheels on Tammy's skates was wobbly, but she didn't mind. She had learned to balance and skate with it, and it didn't stop her from having fun. In fact, she found it quite amusing. Suddenly, Tiffany's scooter stopped working. The battery had died. Tiffany was upset and didn't know what to do. She had been so excited to ride her new scooter, and now it was useless. Meanwhile, Tammy zoomed past on her wonky skates. She was having a blast, skating around the park with ease. The wobbly wheel didn't bother her at all. "See you later," she called to Tiffany, giggling as she skated away. Tammy's laughter echoed through the park, and it was clear she was having the time of her life. Tammy's mum had taught her how to fix her skates. She knew how to tighten the wheels and make small repairs, which came in handy with her old skates. Tiffany, however, had to wait for her mum to bring a new scooter. As she sat there, she realized that sometimes simple was better. Tammy's old skates, despite their flaws, had brought her so much joy. Tiffany decided that next time she would appreciate the simpler things too. One morning, Tiffany woke up with a loose tooth. She felt a strange sensation in her mouth and immediately knew something was different. As she touched her wobbly tooth, A wave of panic washed over her. "It's going to fall out!" she cried, tears streaming down her face. She ran to the mirror, hoping it was just a bad dream, but the reflection confirmed her worst fears. Her mom, hearing the commotion, quickly called the fanciest dentist in town. She wanted to make sure Tiffany's tooth was taken care of properly. That same week, Tammy, Tiffany's best friend, lost a tooth too. Unlike Tiffany, Tammy was excited about her new gap-toothed smile. However, Tammy's mum didn't have the money for a dentist. She felt a pang of worry but didn't want Tammy to feel left out or sad. Instead, she had a funny idea. She remembered a trick from her own childhood and decided to give it a try. She used a small piece of white chewing gum to make Tammy a new tooth. It was a perfect fit and looked almost real. Tammy thought it was hilarious. She couldn't wait to show her friends her new tooth. She showed everyone her gum tooth, laughing and enjoying the attention. Her friends were amazed and amused by her creativity. Tiffany, on the other hand, thought it was gross. She couldn't understand why Tammy would want a fake tooth made of gum. She didn't understand why Tammy didn't just get a real tooth. But Tammy didn't mind. She loved her unique solution and the fun it brought. Tiffany and Tammy were very different, but they were still friends. Tiffany had lots of fancy things, but Tammy had something even better: resourcefulness. She knew how to fix things, make things, and have fun with what she had. And sometimes that was more valuable than all the money in the world.